This degree framed right behind me is worth over $250,000. I kid you not, I went to Southern Methodist University, got my bachelor's just a couple of months ago, and I'm gonna break down today how I graduated from there debt-free and actually making a couple grand in the process. So breaking it down, at SMU you're required to live on campus your freshman and sophomore year unless you're a transfer student. So you're looking at least 70 grand each of those years, plus 50 grand in just tuition your junior and senior year. So you're looking at $240,000. Plus there's general student fees every semester, a little over $3,000. So you're actually looking at over $270,000 to get this degree. Do you have any idea how many Wendy's 4-for-4s I can get with $270,000? That's over $250,000. My point stands is that that's an incredible amount of money that you definitely don't want to put on a loan. So today I'm not going to be giving you wishy-washy or intangible things like, oh, be the best that you can be, or oh, be yourself, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be giving you practical, functional, rational steps that I took to get the funds to pay for this degree and actually make money in the process. So I see we jump right in. At number one is go to community college. It's literally not even a question. You're comparing $159 per 3-credit class to $6,000 at a university, at least the one that I went to. So there's literally no comparison. You're gonna save an absorbent amount of money at community college. What I also love about community college is that it gives you time. It gives you time to think, it gives you time to mature, it gives you time to figure out what it is that you love, what it is that you really don't wanna do, and just learn more about money and how the industry that you're trying to jump into works. I think community college is just invaluable, and especially if you qualify for the FAFSA, you're most likely going to get all your tuition paid for, probably books, and then in my situation I actually got money to save, just because when you combine the Pell Grant with such low cost tuition, you're just looking at an amazing financial plan. And that's actually why I chose to go 3 years of community college, which I'll talk about a little later. So number two is get serious. Join as many clubs as you possibly can and get that GPA up at least like your last year at community college. Those are the kind of things that will put you ahead of the game when it comes to these recruiters and what the people at these universities are looking for. They want to see that you're different, that you can handle the rigor of going to a university. Classes will get harder, and so they want to see a great GPA. They want to see people that are taking on different kinds of clubs and adding a different perspective and kind of different interesting things. Anything that remotely piques your interest as a club and community college, join it, get that on your resume, and be the best kind of candidate that you can be. And that's why I'm so thankful that I chose to go 3 years of community college, because that third year really helped me mature and figure out what it is that I like to do, what it is that I really don't want to do, and just kind of put myself together more and be ready for the interview that I got. And I'll talk about it in a little bit. So number three is do not cheap out on application fees. And what I mean by that is be blindly positive. Apply to your dream school, apply to local schools, apply to schools that will be valuable to your industry, to your sector, to what it is that you're studying. And I mean, a crazy story that I have is when I was 19, my buddy and I were shooting a video. We were just choosing different college campuses to go to, one of which was SMU. We went there and we were shooting a video called how to approach, asking college girls how to approach women. If you want to see my cringy 19-year-old self, click on the link below. But yeah, I mean, I hate to sound cliche. I fell in love with the campus immediately, and just I was immediately attracted by the campus, what it had to offer, the people. I just instantly fell in love, and I was like, you know what, I want to be a part of this. And let me tell you, my family and friends were all telling me, oh, you're throwing your money away, it's a complete waste of money, why would you even pay the application fee, you have no financial plan. And they were right, but you never know what the other side of the coin has. You never know what that other person is looking for. So I blindly applied. I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of this. I'm at least going to try. And lo and behold, a couple months later, I got a call from SMU, the financial division, and they were asking me, hey, would you like to come in for an interview for a full tuition scholarship? I was like, heck yeah, sign me up, boy. So yeah, I ended up showing up in a full suit and tie. I brought a resume holder, and through the way that I talked, through the way that I walked, the committee was able to see that I was a little ahead of the game just because I was more mature. I chose to have that third year to kind of figure everything out and put myself together more and learn more about how different things work, how money works, what people are looking for, how to convey confidence, how to convey that you're someone that people should bet on, which is essentially what this whole thing is being able to convince other people that you're somebody worth betting on, someone that you're an investment worth making. So you want to make yourself as valuable as possible, and that means applying to as many schools as are valuable to you. And I'm not saying apply to every single school in the US, but apply to whatever you think is worth it, your dream school, the ones that are near you, the ones that are great for your degree, because you never know what they're looking for. And let me tell you right now, if you're doing everything I've listed so far, you are valuable. You are an asset to these universities, and I guarantee you they're looking for students just like you, and they're willing to compete with other schools financially to get you to choose them. So apply like crazy and just be blindly positive with where you choose to apply. So number 4 is debt is the enemy. Avoid debt at all costs. There's so many different things like institutional aid, which is through your school. There's federal aid. There is state aid through whatever state that you're in, which is actually given, all 3 that I've listed have given me substantial amounts of money. And then there's one that you maybe haven't heard before, which is competitions, which leads me to point number 5, which is own your craft. So whether you're a musician, you're just a beast on the flute, you play guitar, you are a photographer, you're majoring in engineering, aquatic science, marine biology, whatever it is, I guarantee you there are businesses, organizations, charities out there offering cash prizes for you to compete in their competitions. And there's usually always like first, second, third place, runner-up prizes, so many different things. I've won over $6,000 in just competitions in the last like 7 months or so. So it's very real. You just have to put your best foot forward and really own your craft and find research and find these kind of different things, because I guarantee you there's literally competitions for everything and anything and then some for students. So number 6 is a little different, and it is be hungry and be honest. And what I mean by that is be extremely transparent with all of your professors as well as your financial aid advisor. And what I mean by that is don't be afraid. There's no shame in telling your professor, if it comes up or whatever, just casually getting to know them kind of on a deeper level and saying, hey, I don't really have a plan to pay for, the next year or so, or I'm working 2 jobs, I'm working a job, like I kind of don't know what's going on, whatever. There's no shame. Professors are there to help you, and I guarantee you they have more connections, more resources, a bigger network that can possibly help you. I can't tell you how many times, this is a bonus tip for this one, going off of the hungry part, which is anytime a professor recommends any kind of grant, scholarship, or anything like that, jump on it like butter on bread, because it's already happened to me 3 times. All 3 times I got a scholarship, and then I won 2 competitions. So these people are offering you a specific scholarship that's going to root out what most people don't even know about it. So just by applying to that one thing, you're already completely isolating like 90% of your competition. So anytime a professor recommends any kind of scholarship, grant, competition, whatever, I would jump on it like butter on bread. And because you're awesome, I'm going to offer you a bonus tip, which is get a job and try to work as soon as you're 18, because it is so important to have cash and capital on hand, because let me tell you, the education system can be very, very slow and very delayed. So what might happen is you have aid, you have federal aid or state aid or competition earnings or whatever, but it takes months to get to you. So you have to come up with the money to pay for your semester before you can even get reimbursed. So it's so important to have cash, to have capital, to have some kind of money to be able to pay for all these things, and then have that money come in after. It's just so nice to have that capital to be able to fall back on and avoid jumping into a loan and then biting off more than you can chew, and then you end up spending more because you have it. So I think you're better than that. I think you can avoid all of that if you just follow all these steps and just be extremely hungry, avoid debt at all costs. I promise you there are tens of hundreds of millions of dollars out there in unclaimed scholarships and competitions, in federal, state aid that is just out there waiting for you to apply to it. Try to get in that mindset of just being completely blindly positive and putting your best foot forward and just trying. So in summary, go to community college, get serious, apply like crazy, debt is the enemy, own your craft, and be extremely transparent. Guys, I was able to afford this $250,000 degree right here by following all these steps, and I'm nothing special. I'm not a genius. I'm not the incredibly handsome, perfect person everyone thinks I am. Don't believe what they say unless you want to. But yeah, all jokes aside, anybody can do it if you follow all these steps. And if you have any additional tips that I didn't mention in this video, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Let me know how everything goes. I love to hear what you guys think, and any kind of feedback is super valuable. Please go ahead and hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. And then I will see you guys on the next one.